Art students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again with another video. And this video was done to show you, all you people that say, can I show you how to draw something? If you don't have the confidence in drawing it, shows you step by step how to draw something, showing you how to look at something and then to draw it easily. All right, let's get on with the video and I'll tell you more about it in the video. All right, let's get this started. Now, I have been getting a number of requests from people that would say, can you show me how to draw this? Or can you show me how to draw that? Or I don't know how to draw this. I'm having a tough time with that. But a lot of times in doing comics, as a comic book artist, we create things that no one has seen or can understand. Only we have that image in our heads. So if you go and say, can you show me how to draw a robot? I can draw a robot, but it might not be what you want. But you have to understand, when drawing anything, everything is a shape. That's why I always tell people to learn your shapes, learn your shapes. Now, if you want to draw, let's just say a robot. Let's stick with a robot. Let's say if you want to draw a robot, you have that image in your head. So the first thing you do is basically figure out what shapes you need to draw the robot. Let's just say you want a round robot. Your robot is going to be round. The body's going to be round. Now, don't even think about detail at this point. Just get your shapes. You say, so the body's going to be round, and you want like those Dr. Octopus arms that comes out the side. Just say like these long arms that come out the side, and we'll give them like little claw hands like that. And then you say, okay, so the legs are going to be long. They're going to be kind of straight legs. But you want to put wheels on the bottom of the legs. You want to roll on wheels. So you say, let's put a wheel right here. And a wheel right here. And you want to give them a square head. So it's a square head. And little antennas that he can communicate with. So it's an antenna. And say he's got one eye, just one big eye in the middle, and a door for the pilot to sit in and say, here's a door. Let's put a little door right here, a little round door, and maybe some machine guns. So here goes a machine gun here, and there's a gun here on both sides. So after you have those shapes, then you come back and then you can add more detail. Remember, this is in your head. You might not be able to see the whole thing, but you can see part of it. So let's just say where his arms go in, let's just put like little, I don't know what you call these things at this particular point in time, around his arms. And then let's give him something, the same thing around his neck. So let's give him a little collar around his neck. And let's put some little ovals, because the machine guns will come out of here. So as you're doing this, you're building it up. You're just adding these shapes. And again, as I say, you should always study your shapes. Now, as you add things, it starts to come to life. By just adding a few extra squares and so forth, say like at the arm, maybe I'll put a little band around his arms, his hands, on his wrists. Little bands that goes around here. And then maybe some little hubcaps for the wheels he's rolling on. A little piece that goes through, that comes out, that holds the wheels. The little door, the door could open up, it could come down, it could open to the side. So let's just say it just comes open that way. And then there's a little pilot chair in there. But by taking one shape at a time, then you gradually add to it, because someone said like character design, he was having trouble drawing characters. I have no idea what kind of character you really want, what kind of character you really need, unless you tell me the story. But then if you tell me the story and I draw a character, then I just drew my character, not your character. Here's another example. Let's just say you wanted a cake, a birthday cake. So I said, okay, I'm going to do a nice little sheet cake like this and put the guy's name on it and put a candle here, candle there, candle there, candle there. You know, put it on a nice little plate. and you say, oh no, I wanted a round cake. See, that's the thing. Only you can see that. So to do a round cake, you do your oval down. You put maybe you want one candle right here, and then those little swirly little decorations at the top and the bottom, and then put a little plate, put it on a plate. You have the name, happy birthday, whoever, there. So only you can see that stuff. Don't shut yourself down by saying, I can't, number one. Just start at the very, very beginning. You can draw shapes. You can draw circles. You can draw squares. You can draw triangles. If not, then you need to go back and then start practicing these things. Then once you get that, then you make them like three-dimensional. The circle, in the circle family, you have the cylinder, basically. The triangle family, you have just your pyramid, or you can cut the top off. Let's just say I want to do a lamp. It's just like this. It's a pyramid or triangle that's chopped off, and then you have your thin cylinder here, and then you can have another cylinder laid out flat. And these are just shapes. That's all it is. It's just shapes. Another footnote, let me slip in here before I actually finish the video. I finished it, but I want to add a little bit more to this. So this piece is being added to it. If you are drawing your design, your character or whatever, and you say, yeah, I see this. This is kind of what I see, but it doesn't look cool enough. It's not enough for me. It's not quite what I want. So the more that you add to it, the better it becomes. Say if you have your basic robot shape here, then you add to it. So say you have the square head. You wanted the square head. I guess I got to get a pen that actually writes. You want the square head, so you want to keep the square head. And then you have the antennas. So let's say just add a little piece to the antenna, and I add another piece, and then I added that. So the more that you play with something, and say maybe I want like two antenna and a half. The eye, you want one eye. Here's the eye here. Let's put a little frame around the eye, and maybe just a little piece out here and out here. Then you have your square head, but you have your piece around it. Let's add a little bit of lip to that. Comes down, and then maybe round that off a little bit more to fit on that circle. So you wanted to keep the whole circle body, but you still wanted to look more menacing. So let's put like some spikes that goes around like the belly. So this point will be here, this point will be here, this point will be here, this point will be there. So and then you can put just little pieces around the spike too, little borders around the spikes. Like that. And here's your door. You have the little submarine kind of round door that kind of like flops open. And then you can put a frame around that as well. Maybe some little buttons to open and close the door. Here's your machine gun. It's round, so you want to put this there and a little piece around here. Here's your guns. Put like the little, not holes in it, but the vents for when it fires, the flame can come out like that. So basically, the more you add to it, the better your stuff will come. So you see the image in your head, you get the basic image out, then you just kind of keep adding to it. Until you are satisfied, or until you say, oh, that looks good. This is my idea right here. This is everything that I wanted. Put some like Goodyear radials on this bad boy. A nice little golden hubcap that gleams in the light when he roll up on you about to blast your tail. You just keep going. And the first one, if I'm doing this, if this is the idea I have, I'm not going to make this drawing perfect. This is my test drawing right here. So once I get it the way I want it, then I'll go back and I'll take my ruler and I'll do everything that I need to make it perfect. But don't start out by drawing something perfect. Start out by having fun. And anytime you draw, you need to have fun with it, because why would you do something that you're not having fun with? If you want to learn how to draw and you start to draw and it's just making you sick and miserable, please stop, because you will never get to the point that you want to get if you're not having fun doing it. So have fun doing your drawing, and then it'll be there. So let's put this here. He got that one eye, and I can play with this thing all day, but I'm just showing you guys as I go along, kind of like how cool this little simple design could be. Somebody's like, that is not cool, but you know, this is, you know, some headlights. You gotta have some lights when you're rolling in the dark, when you're rolling up on a fool. So yeah, you got your, maybe you put your window here. Why would you have a window? Stop questioning me. Why would you have a window in the robot? You got a nice little chair here, but you gotta have that little headrest right there. This is like one of those Mustang seats right here. You know, you don't want to have no raggedy chair when he can pilot his robot, and the controls can be right here, right here. So yeah, the more you add to it, the better it becomes. So don't just say, well, this is all I can do. Start adding stuff to it. Look at somebody else's thing. Look at some Star Trek or something, and you know, kind of follow the design that they had. Not the actual design, but like in the communicator, maybe some of the buttons that they had, or the way the walls or the things were shaped in the walls or the communicator. And you can add that to your robot. You can add some little ribs to the thing. I know that's not in Star Trek, but the more you put on it, the cooler it starts to look. You can put a little point on the top of his head. Yeah, boy, here we go. We got the thing here. 366 horses up in this robot. But yeah, and that's the same thing when you started to draw anatomy. It's just the same shapes. And I showed you over again the oval, the little rectangle here, the upside down house. Each one of these is just a shape. The oval here. When I showed you to draw the arms, we'll put this there, let's put the chest here. The circle for your, what is that, your delts. Your oval for your bicep and tricep, and then a triangle for your forearms. Cut that off, add a hand right here. Smooth that out. Let me show you this. Smooth that out, come down like this, round that off. And then you have a hand, an arm, but it's all simple shapes, Cylinder right here, circle, cylinder right here. And how fast is that to draw a man? Or a figure. Same thing with the female. Triangle, head, circle in here, there's your circle, there's your oval, here's your triangle again. Bring the legs down, straight here, curve it out, and you have a female. It's a broke down female, but you still have the female figure. Quick and easy. You won't struggle over it. Then you take your pen, as I said, the first time, don't try to make it perfect the first time, do a rough sketch. Then you go, and then you say, this is going to be the female. And then you have it. Easy peasy, fresh and squeezy. Oh, you did just say that. I'm sorry. Take my man card away from me. So, yeah, there you go. And then the female. Shapes. I cannot stress that enough. So now you have that. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. Even if you are drawing an object, let's just say this object here, this is a little thumbtack holder here. If I said to somebody to draw this, if I said to draw this, the first thing they'll do is look at all the hard detail to them, according to them, and it's like, oh, that's hard to draw. But when you break it down and you really look at what you have a square. Let me turn it up so you can see that. A square right here. Then you have a little rectangle right here, which would be round if you turn it up, but we're not turning it up yet. And then you have here, this little piece coming here. Let me show you. Bring it up. You can consider that a triangle. So it comes out a little bit more. Actually, right here, there's a little lip. So there's a long rectangle, and it comes out like this, or comes in like that. And then there's another piece right there. And that's all you have when you're drawing this. Then you can look at it and say, these little pieces in here, and these are basically just kind of like ovals right here, 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 and it goes around to there. And that's basically what you have. You can detail it and round it off here. Make that other lip right there. Curve this up a little bit more. But drawing is simple when you look at it as a shape. Anytime I look at something, regardless of what it is, I'll look at it as a shape. So these are your basic shapes right here. Now, when you start to learn more in the shapes, then you can take something and turn it and make it more three-dimensional. So drawing what I see, let's do this side here. And this is just a circle right here. Gonna come up, circle, circle for the top. You see this? This goes up, and then a circle for this little piece here. Then once you get it, make more detail into it, make more detail out of it. But the first thing you do, whenever you draw something for the first time, and people don't understand that, I don't know if it's like the artist pride or something. Whenever you draw something for the very first time, or when you wake up in the morning and you start drawing, don't try to draw it perfectly. You can never draw anything perfectly, let's put it that way. And I'll tell you why later. But don't try to go and draw that thing, that whatever thing that you have right the first time. Find out your shapes, what you're doing with it. Rough shapes like this, like that. Just basically kind of like you're warming the engine up before you're ready to drive your car. Circle, circle, oval, oval. And then here you got a little circle for a foot, a little circle for the foot. And that's very close to this Garfield. Then you want, if you want to use that, or you want to come back again once you're warmed up, you say, okay, now let me draw a little slower. But a lot of people have seen my videos. There's one particular video, and majority of them will say, oh, I drew it for the first time, and it came out good. It worked. You know, bless you people. And some people will say, I did it the first time, and it didn't look good, but I did it a second time, and it came out a lot better. Now, those are the people that will become true artists, because you not only gave it a try, you did it again, or you didn't stop until you got it right. But there are some people that will try it the first time and they'll say, oh, that sucks, that sucks. This is no good, this is a bad video. And it's like, you tried something the first time, it doesn't work, you give up. If you put a piano in front of me, I'm not gonna bust out no beautiful song the first time because I don't know how to play the piano. Some people can draw a little bit, but you really don't know how to draw until you master these shapes. How much do you want to draw? How much do you want to do? How much do you want to learn how to play a piano? How much do you want to learn how to play basketball or get to the next level in that game? You're not going to just smash your PlayStation. Some people do. They're crazy. But you might get mad, but you'll come back again. But you can't. It's hard for you to just pick up a pencil and put it on a piece of paper, but you can get on a skateboard and fall off and bust yourself up and get back on and fall off and bust yourself up. I don't get that. How bad do you want it? First of all, as I say, start out with your shapes. See everything in a shape as for what it is, as what it is. You can look around your room and find anything, any little thing, you know, and you can see, if you start looking at it as a shape, it's easy to do. A little boot. What is it? You can't see that. A little boot. I think that was my snake eyes boot. Maybe, I'm not sure. But all that is just, and I show you in videos, is like this part right here is your triangle, and this part up here is just a rectangle. You have a quick drawn boot, and then you come back later and you round it off, maybe add the heel to it, maybe put some design to it. However, the design, I don't think you can see it from your point. And then it's just simple with shapes. People stress over drawing, but see the shape in anything first, and then it'll be simple for you to draw. Now, recently somebody asked me to teach gesture drawings, but gesture drawings and comic books drawing is totally different. Gesture drawings are when you're drawing something live, like for instance, and I'll get into that later. Like if you have this little dog thing here, if I wanted to do gesture drawings, you know, I'm just doing the quick shape of what it is. But that has nothing to do with comics. So, because I thought about a way to teach gesture drawing, but as I said, it has nothing to do with comics. So it's going off track. And I'm trying to put the little dog back. So that's something that I'm not going to say I'm not going to show, but if I do, it's going to be later down the road. Another thing is someone asked me to teach animals while I had a dog. You know, there are so many different animals out there that it would be impossible for me to teach you how to draw just animals. Today I could draw a dog, tomorrow I could draw a wolf, the next day I could draw an elephant, the next day. So, and the thing is, when you draw something, if I drew like this dog, if I said, okay, here's a dog, and it's going to be weird because I haven't drawn a dog in a while. And why do I have this? It's another story. So, here's my dog here. So you say, okay, now I know how to draw a dog. No, you don't know how to draw a dog. You know how to draw the front face of a dog, because this dog has to, when you turn, what does he look like when you turn? What does he look like from the top? What does he look like from the back? So when you say, teach us how to draw animals, that's hard to do. Let's say, teach me how to draw a flower. Okay, here's a flower right here, right here, right here, right here. There's a flower. Okay, number one, you might say, that's not the flower I needed. You just said teach you how to draw a flower. How many flowers are there in the world? Again, whatever you draw, see the shape in it. See the shape in it. And then you're going to have to turn it to the side. You might not want a front position. You might want a side position. What does it look like from the side? See, I have not mastered flowers or animals, so that would be hard for me to teach you how to do that. But once you master the shape of master your shapes, look at something, anything, and I'm trying to see something in my room that I can show you. See it in its shape form and then draw it. I'll grab my headphones. One of these headphones. Now, looking at it right away, if you're looking at the shape of it, you're probably seeing the hole in it, the roundness. I don't know if you can see that because from what I'm seeing, it's kind of dark. It may show up better in editing. So the first thing you can see is this shape right here. Don't try to be perfect. Don't try to be perfect. Then you have this circle right here. There's a double layer right here. Let's see if you can see it in the camera. Where's the camera? It's like a double circle. This one here, and then the earphone piece. So you have that. You have this circle here. You have the earphone, which comes off here, and there's a circle there. You can say to yourself, okay, this is rounded off. You have this little piece here, and then you have the part that comes out, which is just basically, could be the letter C, or could turn around, could be the letter J. Anything that it looks like or represents, you can draw it as it. Like this, if it comes down like this. Like that, and there's a little piece here, and then you have your chord. And this is a little shorter, really. So I'll just make this a little bigger, and this a little bigger. But by looking at this, anything I throw down, if I threw down 100 different objects, the first thing you should see is the shape of it. That is the first thing you should see. This. And you have this round piece here. You have this, and it kind of goes up. It kind of goes up like this. You have this, which is rounded here. But the sooner that you start seeing stuff for shapes, the easier and the quicker you'll be able to draw. And then you have the earphones. But even if you said, show me how to draw earphones, now you have that. But you might need the earphone to be turned this way. So that's why I'm saying it's kind of hard for me to just show you how to draw stuff. I'll draw the anatomy because one, I know the anatomy, and two, I'm turning the anatomy left, right, upside down, in, out, twisting. So that would be the same thing I would have to do for flowers or trees or cars or whatever. So there are certain things you're going to have to do yourself. But by knowing the shapes, seeing the shapes of whatever it may be, seeing the shapes, it makes it a lot easier for you to draw. Because you know when you draw a square, you master that shape, you know once you turn it a certain direction, what it's going to look like. You know what it's going to look like if it's like if it's above you, going back in perspective. Once you master that, then there's nothing much you can draw. But if you look around your room, look at your television, your monitor, your lights, everything has one of those particular shapes. As soon as you be able to break it down, a chair, you have a chair, let's just do a crazy looking chair. You get a square here, cylinders here, and you won't see that other leg. It's simple, bring it down. It's simple to do a chair. Same thing if you want to draw a bed. Here's my bed, right here is my mattress. Here's my little frame. Here's the leg, here's the headboard right here. Pillows. And they are all the shape, basically the same shape, squares. Most stuff in your house is going to be square. Then you have your cylinders for your legs. Even some of the legs are square. But once you master that, again, I mean, I can harp on that over and over and over and over. You have to master the shapes. And then when you look at something, anything that somebody throws down in front of you, you can master it. Boom, right away you see that, oh, that's one big rectangle. And each pin is rectangle too. If I take this cylinder here, like that, you know it's round. But if I lay it down flat, it'll be like this. It's just a cylinder. The only time you'll know that it's round is if you start to see the top or the bottom. You'll see the roundness of it on the top and the bottom. So these pins to you could be like cylinders. So if I did this pin and put another rectangle right here, pin goes all the way down, it's in a square package. Simple to draw. So knowing what you want to draw starts out by seeing it in your mind. Seeing it in your mind. Seeing the shapes that this thing takes, whether it's a car, whether it's a hot air balloon, a bathtub, whatever. See that shape. What shape is it first? Start out by drawing that shape. Then you say, okay, but I want it to go this particular angle. Then you start angling that particular shape. Whatever you want to say. If it's a tub, you know, tubs have that little indentation. It dips into a tub, Brian. Talk about a tub. And I cannot see the angle or exactly what it is you want. I can show you the basics, which are the shapes. And then from there, you have to go for it. Then you just refine it. The more you draw, the better you get. You refined it, you refine it. Okay, so this video was basically to get you to open up your eyes. It's a prelude to the next video, which I did the one before this. I was showing you guys how to draw monsters and demons. Or start out with demons. So the next one is going to be doing monsters and creatures. So if you want to learn how to draw monsters and creatures, number one, as I say, you have to see it in your head first. I cannot draw the creature you want or the monster you want, but I can show you the steps to take drawing that, and you have to draw it in your real time by drawing the shapes, by adding on the whatever, horns or the hair or whatever. So hopefully you did understand what I was trying to show you in this short video. Hopefully it's short after editing. And then you will be able to look at stuff differently. Your table that you're sitting at, your chair that you're sitting at, your drawing light that you might use, your glasses that you use to see. When you draw the pencil in your hand, the ink pen, you know, all of that stuff. When you look at it as a shape first, and then start to do your detail once you get comfortable. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. The next one, as I said, is going to be on monsters and creatures. And then we'll go from there. Got some good stuff in the works. I just have to get these ones out the way so that you can kind of understand the next steps that going to take place. So that's it for this video. Throw my pencil down because I'm done. Class is dismissed. I will see you guys in the next video. And subscribe. I never say that subscribe. I'm more worried about teaching you guys than I am to get subscribers. But I love subscribers. And to all of you who have subscribed, thank you very much. You guys continue to subscribe, and I'm slowly climbing up there. So thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. What's with the hands? What's with the hands? I don't know. All right, I'm out.